Two absolute legends of Warcraft are clashing in the round of 16 of the W3Champions Season 7, and we have that game kicked off, everybody. You were so right with the map prediction, Mr. Remo Demo. We do see Turtle Rock, and before Carson and I are covering this match by casting it, your final thoughts on this best of 3?
Gonna be interesting to me to see who's more in shape here. I think especially MichaeL has been struggling a bit lately, but he has shown a bit of signs of hopefulness once again, and he seems to have a pretty good answer against the Fast Headhunter style, and FoCuS will bring him to the test.
Okie dokie, let's go. Another best of 3, Undead versus ORC. Gotta love that. And there is the game, Carson. W3Champions season finals, always one of the beauty opportunities for us to cast together. Only DreamHack and W3Champions can do that.
Apparently. Well, yeah. I mean, we could put a little bit more effort into casting together, I feel.
We could, but yeah. Either I have to stay up super late or you have to get up super early. It's always basically living on the other side of the planet. And yet we are connected by heart and by passion.
Beautiful, beautiful. So very interesting map here. Of course, there's a few unique things to Turtle Rock. Of course, there's no critters on this map, so it's difficult to creep with what would be the Ted Fiends opener for MichaeL. So he's gonna go instead for what I call the Philbot Fiends opener, the Fast Fiend opener. Gonna make it easier to creep. It's also good against Farseer Headhunters. Turtle Rock is a map that tends to be very good for Orc at times, but it also tends to be very good for the race that has map control in the mid game. Why is that? Of course, there's these 4 turtle camps at the expansions in the middle that drop big consumables. He who has map control in the mid game can creep at least the majority, if not all of those. Farseer Headhunters is a new style that does give you map control in the mid game. The Blade Master standard of the past tended to not. It tended to be undead with the map control around that stage, but nowadays we could actually see some fights over these camps. It's not going to be so one-sided. So it does kind of make sense these players are both going towards this map.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen this before, this matchup in this meta. The turtles might be crapped relatively easy with skeletons with wolves, but FoCuS is already aggressive. Scouting here with that wolf, got a new set coming soon. Disrupts the early creeping already, slows down MichaeL a little bit while teching.
Yeah, very aggressive. Honestly, this is only Hitman that I've heard this from, but at least his opinion on playing against the Fast Fiend build order with Farseer Headhunters is to just creep level 3. His Death Knight is going to be delayed. You have Headhunters early to creep yourself, so just creep level 3 and then take the level 3 against level 2 advantage that you're given. But perhaps there's something on this map in particular forcing FoCuS to want to harass, and he's going to do a little bit so far. Forces at least 1 coil. He's going to force a second one soon, and we'll see how well MichaeL defends here.
So far, so good. Using yet another ritual dagger. Feels like we have seen that in every game thus far. And a good value of that now. But he got all of the experience, I guess. Farseer didn't creep too much. Doesn't cancel the healing. Now he does. But only 1. I think there was potential for a little more. While wolves and headhunters are creeping, MichaeL moves to the right-hand side. We got a slow start, but FoCuS not able to get too much done yet.
Yeah, the Ritual Dagger is very interesting. It just shows how much MichaeL's valuing his coils. He always tends to do that. He's very much a defensive coil user. You see some players that are always nuking heroes, always nuking units. MichaeL tends to use his coils extremely defensively and tends to value them a lot. And this Ritual Dagger that early just shows how much he wants to have these coils for right now, but also for later into the mid game. He's going to need them right now, though, because he's going to get creepjacked. The Headhunters are coming in. There's 5 Headhunters against 3 Fiends. Definitely a fight that MichaeL could win, but not with the creeps at his back. A Chain Lightning goes to FoCuS there. Nice little last hit.
Oh, this is going to be nasty. Farseer with a beauty block. Wolves putting in the damage, but yeah, as you said, there's plenty of coils still remaining. But is the cooldown off for the next one? Oh, counter block actually, to create some space and time. And then the coil is ready, and MichaeL, this could have been way worse. Nice timing by FoCuS. Also, good mana invested here, around 200. But it might just be his creep spot. Yeah, MichaeL is moving away from it. That is level 2.5 for the Orc.
Yeah, at least he was able to get those Gloves of Haste. FoCuS not able to get those items, which are going to be much more important for the Lich, of course, than they're going to be for what's probably going to be the Torn Chieftain. Yep, it will be Torn Chieftain Tier 3 tech for FoCuS. For MichaeL, probably going to see a quick Tier 3 tech as well. Still up in the air whether he's going to go for that Lich second or that Dark Ranger second. Of course, you know, Dark Ranger second could be very good. We saw that from Happy yesterday against Krabs Human, where he went for that Dark Ranger just to have more presence early Tier 2, again, so that he could get map control to win these camps on the Turtle's back. So we'll see if that happens again. For now, he's just going to take it actually quite a big camp. Going to get that Lion Horn in level 2 on the Death Knight, but FoCuS also going to creep quite big. Going to get that Ward, going to get the Ring of Regeneration, and going to get, crucially, level 3 for that level 2 Spirit Wolves.
Yeah, you can literally nothing you can do about this ward, and it has the perfect position after drawing out the Magi. Ring of Regen can be nice. Lich it is, just started. FoCuS sees this, of course. Good chunk of information, knowing that there's no Dark Ranger here. And it's just more Fiends at the arrival of Tier 2. Makes it hard to build the Slaughterhouse now, with FoCuS being in his face.
Yeah, he could build it in the back. I think if he cuts down maybe one more tree, he might be able to now. The Lich actually gets canceled, and MichaeL goes for a Dark Ranger instead, realizing that he could maybe get some damage done right now. There's a few low Headhunters. No level 2 Death Coil quite yet, so the Farseer's not really at risk of dying or being forced to do a Town Portal, but still, this is going to be a lot of map control for MichaeL, because those Headhunters are all within the range where they could be one wave of Fiend shots and a Death Coil would kill them, so... Creeping is going to continue, but I think MichaeL's going to have the advantage, especially going for this red cap right away. This is confident from MichaeL.
Exactly. He doesn't even have silence or something. Just got to be a little careful of that wave, but there is healing after killing the Ogre Magi. Cloak of Flames, little unfortunate, as this item will probably be sold right away. FoCuS trying to steal something, but it ain't happening while the TC is creeping on the back of the turtle. Big consumables here, but yeah, MichaeL... Wait, only 2 Skellies? That's not too much, actually.
Yeah, the snowball hasn't quite started yet, but there is an orange camp to the south that he could go to next, perhaps. But FoCuS is starting to get the consumables. He's going to get at least, it seems, 2 of them. And he could probably, just because of how the timing's going to work out, get 3 if he really power crept. And, of course, the greater mana, the big potion of invulnerability, the greater heal. These are all excellent items for both players. The Scroll of the Beast, even not too bad either at this stage in the game, before there is Destroyers. And there's soon going to be, but the Tier 3 advantage is in FoCuS's hands for now.
Okay, no, half attack, 1/3 of attack yet to be done. Statues are coming, Burrow is coming. TC got the ring now, which I really like. Makes sense to let him tank, then of course, not using any spells. Kodo comes in, and there's Tier 3, as you said. Level 3 as well. Big heal potion against the nuke can be real nice in the Lich. It's not here yet, it's not on Tier 3, and of course, this also means no orb yet. Gotta get that last hit. Rune braces, okay, now we got plenty of skeletons. But instant TP, Burrow used as well, doesn't want to fall. 2 Chain Lightning, nor Storm. That was a big camp.
That was a great play from MichaeL, actually, because he gets a red camp away. In fact, gets 2 red camps. TP's away immediately without losing anything, and now he can just creep his side. There's 2 consumable expansions left over. There's another red into the shop. There's these turtles right here. And he can creep this all safely, at least probably 1 or 2 camps before he knows FoCuS is going to be creepjacking. And FoCuS is at a huge power spike right now. MichaeL doesn't want to fight until he has Lich with Orb, and FoCuS is definitely ready to fight with that Tier 3 kicking in right now. So this TP was excellent from MichaeL.
Totally agree. This also make it so he has 3 out of 4 red spots guaranteed, with a chance to get 4 out of 4. This is a lot. This is gonna be a lot of experience for MichaeL in the end. Gloves, Claws of Attack, also excellent. But I think the 4th red spot will then finally, eventually, go to FoCuS. Plus, a tiny Great Hall, which will be scouted. Oh, will it though? Duration. It's daytime, so the vision is good.
Ooh, I think he's just gonna see it. Just barely. Is he looking yet? Okay, he should, yeah. He wasn't microing it though, but he should know about it. It should show up on his map. He should see it, and of course, important to scout that because we don't know. Like, there's the 2 variations. The Orc can either immediately Tiny Great Hall at Tier 3, which pretty much is what we just saw, or they can delay it until they win a fight. A much more old school approach. So you really do have to scout. There's no guarantee of knowing what the Orc's going to do, so that skeleton was really crucial. But I think MichaeL's going to be in a good spot to win a fight if he does push pretty soon. He's getting a ton of creeping done, gets the Potion of Greater Mana as well.
Oh,
and
the second one.
FoCuS, did he get 2?
Oh, he had one on the Dark Range. I'll be waiting for the next one here. What's it going to be? Greater Healing. Okay. Lich has the damage now? Yeah, for sure. FoCuS has good levels though. 4, 3, 2. Shadowhunter just needs a little bit. Got the Scroll of the Beast, got the Scroll of Healing, got the spells online. Doesn't want to fight yet. MichaeL must know about this expansion at this point. It must do something about that expansion at some point.
Yeah, the Torn Chieftain, very, very tanky. It seems we've seen a lot of tanky Torn Chieftains in this tournament thus far, and the Scroll of the Beast is going to be popped, and then MichaeL should probably run away, but the Shadowhunter is so close to level 3. One more creep camp, and that's going to be level 2 heal wave. The Hex, the Raiders are trying to force the fight. MichaeL's got decent positioning, but he doesn't want to eat a stomp here to start us off.
Oh, epicenter! And here comes the Scroll of the Beast. 11 extra damage on the Berserker with insane attack speed, trying to take out a couple of units, which works nicely. And a TP out, but now MichaeL is on the opposite side of where he wants to be.
Yeah, he definitely had the town portal out there, and at least he kills a Raider and forces a Scroll of the Beast, but it is an unfortunate position to be in. That was definitely a great fight forced there by FoCuS with those Raiders, with that Hex, with that Torn Chieftain coming in, but now MichaeL could repush. He rebuys the town portal. He has an Abomination out now, and FoCuS is looking for the last remaining creeps, but there's only a couple of small camps left over. There's an orange, there's the remainder of a green turtle camp, and that'll be it. There's also a Berserker scouting for a potential counter expansion, but it seems like FoCuS is just going to go for the counter attack instead of defending his own expo.
MichaeL's getting some skeletons. Yeah, it might be smart forcing a TP before the tiny can be broken. Both have a town portal. Yeah, and MichaeL has to use it immediately against 2 TPs in just, I don't know, less than a minute, 1.5 minutes. I'm bad with time.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. And actually, no units falling for FoCuS. Typically, for the Undead, you'll be happy to go for these sorts of trades if you can maybe catch a Raider, maybe catch a Berserker, catch a Kodo. But losing absolutely nothing and now getting a decent positioning by the Tavern, this could actually be a fight that FoCuS wants. It doesn't start off perfectly with the Silence and the Torn Chieftain. The Kodo has yet to eat the Abomination. It's trying to spread that disease. That's a good stomp, but this could still be a decent fight for MichaeL. He's starting to lose a couple of units, but he kills that Kodo. There's just so much now. Spirit Link as well. This is such a tanky Orc army.
Yeah, no Destroyer here. Even has Dust against the Burrow. Excellent. The fight started off nicely for MichaeL with a triple silence. Now there's the spell, but the Storms were hitting already. DK's in trouble. Heal potion right before the Chain Lightning hits. So that one seems to be gone. Lich in trouble. Gets another coil. And the A-bomb is gone now. Focus fire on the TC. He pulls the town portal after losing a couple of more units here. Good execution by MichaeL for sure, but he's down in supply and he's the one without a second base.
Yeah, FoCuS has been playing very well around this expansion. He's now mined 2,200 gold from this second base, and he's just continuing to take fights, continuing to be positioned in such a way that doesn't allow MichaeL to break that expansion, because if ever MichaeL gets in a spot where he even is able to push towards the expansion, he's just going to kill all 8 of these peons, and then even if he has the town portal out, it's still too big of an investment for FoCuS to really profit off of that. So the fact that FoCuS has been able to force the fight on the other side of the map, or at least close to the Tavern, has really been why he's been able to pull so far ahead in this game, and now the supply difference is kind of getting too big for MichaeL to micro his way out of this.
Yeah, high-level heroes, usually the strength of Undead, but he's not really close to 5, he's not really close to 3 on the Lich. The Lich is an absolute beast with plus 22, that's kind of fine. But I don't think he can do it anymore either. But we'll see. With Coil Nova, there's always a possibility. On the other side, there's Heal Wave and Stomp, lots of disable. Units are pretty tanky with that Spirit Link, as you mentioned. We even have Dispel now against the Silence and the Frost Armor. So yeah, rough late game for MichaeL.
Yeah, and what could maybe snowball these fights for MichaeL would be the skeletons, but now with that Dispel you pointed out, that's not going to be too impactful anymore. The positioning is actually kind of decent against the Torn Chief, and the Silence is going to have to be huge, but the Stomp is much bigger, the Invuln Force right away. This fight is going to be difficult for MichaeL.
Who has another reveal? The Fiend falls immediately, level 4 on that Farseer. TC is battling skeletons at most, but these storms are just way too good. They always hit so much. Lich in trouble once more, maybe out of range for the coil, and with that, out of the fight too. How do you deal with this army if there's no Nova? Oh my, he's hitting 5 units with every single storm. Then that is too much if you want to win against Orc.
Yeah, there's soon gonna be absolutely no mana. The Dark Ranger has a little bit left over, but everything is falling. The Kodos didn't have to eat in this fight. The second potion of vulnerability is force hexed on the Death Knight. Is there still Dust of Appearance? There isn't to save the Fiends, but I don't think it even matters if FoCuS cleans up the Remnants, because there's just no units left. Level 5 on the Tauren Chieftain, level 3 on the Lich, yeah, but I think the Death Knight's going to be forced at least into a town portal, if not death, and he does go down. And that's, oh no, he accidentally types BG instead of GG. Oh no, the mistype.
Immediately corrected it. Yeah. Of course, you would never see such bad manner by MichaeL. But it's fun though. Remo Demo.
Yeah, I'm hosting.
Can't do 2 things at the same time, eh?
No, it's a bit too much.
Oh, it's a bit too much.
Wondering about that map, like how good it is. It's so weird because it was typically, it would be very bad for undead in the early game and then good for undead in the mid and late game. But now it's hard to know how these sort of power dynamics with when you have power spikes, when you can creep aggressively in this matchup with the new FoCuS headhunters. It's hard to know who has the advantage on this map nowadays. But it seemed like FoCuS just played so well around it. But the creeping edge was to MichaeL that game. It was really just a tiny Great Hall that won it for FoCuS. So it's tough to know how much the map played a role there.
And it looked like he didn't see it with the Skelly. It looked that it was out of range. He kept on scouting with skeletons. He kept scouting the corners. His movement didn't really seem like he knew about the expansion early on. But the problem was he didn't get enough done in the early game. Like, you can't fall behind creep-wise if the Orc is being aggressive. His mistake was being too scared and not seeing that FoCuS was going to go over to the next green camp. You have to take the first green, take the second green, and then if the Orc follows you, you can play really well with level 2, you can trade well, and if the Orc doesn't, then you know he's taking your shop, you take the enemy shop, you take the next orange, and then you're going to be level 3. And level 3 DK plus Fiends plus Dark Ranger, that's how you get back map control on tier 2. This was just too slow creep-wise for MichaeL, and there was not enough urgency with his play, especially early on. If you play this Fiend style, you need to make sure you're making use of that tier 2 power spike. With those 2 Fiends plus Dark Ranger, you're going to be really strong, either to force a fight and trade well, or to just creep super heavily. There's also a difficulty on Turtle Rock. The camps are all pretty hard, so you can't really solo creep it with Dark Ranger too easily. Normally the DK has to be part of that. And again, I think that's why Turtle Rock just simply isn't the best map for Undead in this matchup, but, well, it didn't look too bad, I guess.
Look at all the chatter once Remo's finished hosting the map. I like that. Good input here, brother. I give you a little bit of input as well. Well, it's looking very good for the Orc in this matchup here on the B stream at the OC Drummer here on Twitch. It's a 1-0 for Sock over Soin.
Interesting. I wonder what sort of styles they're playing. I'm getting an ad right now. Get that ad revenue, OC Drummer. Get it, baby. But okay. So, Sock's always been very, very good versus Orc, but he's been in, like, I don't want to say a slump recently. I guess he's just been a little bit underneath MichaeL, which could be considered a slump for either of these players. So it's cool to see him at least starting it off by playing pretty well, because I'm a big fan of Sock.
Yeah, with Chimiko already not doing too great, we kind of need him there. I wouldn't mind to see a FoCuS or MichaeL versus Sock. Always super, super entertaining. Remo, what would you prefer as the Winnerbracket quarterfinal? What's your dream Winnerbracket quarterfinal from these 4?
Sock FoCuS, I think, would make for the best game. Yeah. Sock has had some interesting approaches against the Headhunter style. Like, this Beastmaster play he used to do for a little bit, I thought was so cool.
Yeah.
But of course, it's very hit or miss. If you don't get the damage in, then you're going to be left with a shitty Beastmaster in the late game. that was very nice for a little while. It seems like the Panda is the go-to nowadays, and Chimiko has been showing great games with that as well. Chimiko versus Lin, that series was crazy. But yeah, there's still room for some innovation here in this matchup, I feel, especially expo timing-wise, when you're going to transition out of Headhunters and so on. Because the European style seems to have been for a while now, go tier 3 quickly with Orc, and then play Shadowhunter against the defend and stuff. But I feel like this is always way less reliable than the Asian tier 2 expansion style. But we have some different, metas going on there.
Mr. Remo host, we need the right map and the right server, while MichaeL apologized for the BG, just said it was a mistype, brother, and FoCuS is answering with a heart. So all good here between the two Koreans. We wouldn't have it any other way. And now we got the right.
It's easy to do. The B's right underneath the G, so hey, it makes sense. A little slip up. That's all right. That's all right. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, you enjoy that, huh? Someone
like
making a mistake, making fun of it now. Unbelievable. We got our map 2 coming up.
I'm not making fun of it. Just lighthearted mistake.
Yeah, glad you enjoy that. Glad you're having fun. I'm having fun too. Remo, are you having fun?
Oh yeah, I'm having fun. By the way, where's Lado?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him yet.
Well, Lado was probably arriving.
He was?
Yeah, I saw him earlier.
All right, Lado.
Okay, I was about to say Lado is probably arriving next week and wondering when the War3Champions finals are happening. He's sometimes a little slow with things, but hey, he's a father, right? He got stuff to do. Can't catch up with everything. Shout out Lado, we love you. Here we go, map number 2, lead for FoCuS, and MichaeL facing the lower bracket. How likely is it that we got MichaeL versus Todd?
Ooh, that could be a good one. And Todd has some tape to study now. Not only the Hawk series, but his own series against Undead. So there's plenty to learn from these two. Plenty to check for the mistakes and be a little bit more comfortable in this matchup. So that could be pretty dope.
Wait, is that possible with the bracket? I don't know the bracket by heart. I'm looking it up now. Sorry, no camera movement at the moment. This is more important now. Yeah, if Todd defeats Colorful,
yeah,
then it's possible. They are in the same bracket. I would die to see that. But alright, we're moving on to map number 2. MichaeL on the bottom left-hand side on Northern Isles with the DK. Not going Crypt Lord in this matchup apparently, while FoCuS is full on the FoCuS Headhunters hype train.
Yeah, we could probably see a pretty similar game to last, but definitely a more comfortable map for both players. But I think comfort definitely is going to help just Undead in general, because Undead is so often on a tight sort of timing. They're very execution based. They're all about the initial creep routes and how clean you can have the early game be for you. So I definitely think this being a more comfortable map for MichaeL is going to help him out a lot. He's going to be able to secure that level 2 Death Knight a lot quicker than he did in the last game. We'll see how effective the harass is. It was definitely pretty good on Turtle Rock for FoCuS. He didn't get any kills, of course, but he forced almost all the coils and delayed the tech by quite a bit with that Ritual Dagger.
Yeah, for sure. That was indeed a little bit of a bad time for MichaeL there, but it's almost impossible to intercept this right here if everything is done well, and it is. FoCuS probably... Oh, is he keeping the wolves together and goes for the green? Alright, doesn't want to interfere with this. Makes sense. Just creeps himself. Claws for the DK. Happy with that. More Headhunter streaming in. And the Flash Eater goes to the Farseer.
Yeah, and the Farseer is also in position to creepjack at the other Murloc camp now after snagging this item. It is wards. He could actually use those right away, and maybe MichaeL would never know he's probably going to use one at the expansion because the Acolyte's actually going to see it. That's a nice little scout by MichaeL, putting it well in position, and he's going to actually creepjack. Is this enough to get level 2? No, it's not. It's not the same experience, of course, as the other Murloc camp, but maybe with a wolf or two. In fact, with one wolf, he could still get that level 2 and get that aura.
But FoCuS micros it to the side, so nothing's really at the kill threat right now. We'll see where he puts this, or what, where's my train of thought? Completely derailed, still.
That's all right.
Okay, we do have the tier 2 text here, and FoCuS again causing some trouble. What do you even do as an undead without an aura? Feels wrong. We should get that just natively, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like a Loon's Grace for the archers, you just have aura. What about aura just on every fiend instead? And then Death Knight can have like a new ability. Like, why not give a Death Knight like Stomp, for instance, and then every fiend has aura. I think that's pretty cool. Cool idea,
dude. Yeah, we should put you in charge of balance.
See you later, Remo. I got it covered.
It was so funny, by the way, on that last Refuge game when you were talking about Katka's pipe and Remo said, "Thank God that item was changed." So thanking himself and seeing himself as a god in just one sentence.
No. I didn't suggest that change. Fake news. I didn't suggest that change, but it was a very good one.
You just put it in. We know you're responsible for every change here. So you hide some.
Neo, we need to keep this on the down low, okay? We need to keep this on the DL. All right, brother.
Yeah, we also have to turn the ship around, etc.
Mum's the word. Mum's the word.
FoCuS was sneakily hiding in the shadows and comes in for yet another creep check.
Ooh, and Snare on the Fiend could force another coil, but I think are the Wolves on cooldown? Surprised to see FoCuS not summon them immediately. They must have been on cooldown still, but the creep jack nevertheless does stop the Death Knight from stealing any camps aggressively. Tier 2 has completed for both players now. Torn Chieftain second, Tier 3 tech immediately yet again for FoCuS for MichaeL. Will it be the Dark Ranger? It will indeed be the Dark Ranger yet again, and he's got the aura. This is what Remo said he kind of needed in the last game to pressure with that Dark Ranger early on. In fact, actually, Remo said he needed level 3 Death Knight, which is a little difficult to get at this stage, but maybe he could still find some headhunters. Regardless, he's definitely going to need to get something done, at least some aggressive camps crept at minimum.
Feels like MichaeL is a little faster than in the last game. Tier 2 hero. Way faster. FoCuS already with the tier 3 though. Beastery coming, trying to snipe this one, but FoCuS knows exactly what's up. More damage with faster wolves and keeping the headhunter very safe. I like that.
Yeah, he got another set of wards as well. Look at the vision that FoCuS has right now, and he could even have all this vision with wolves as well. He's using the Cloak of Shadows for a scout earlier too. Just perfect vision on the map, perfectly reacting to everything MichaeL's doing, but you can't react to a coil, or can you? Holy hell. Did he get that? No, the Death Knight did get that. Very close, though, and gets the parry up to Vitality as well.
Okay, that's some experience taking off the map, but it's still kind of far away from 3. Has to get something big done. Of course, you would love both camps in the middle. Wonder if he approaches that prior to tier 3. Slaughterhouse this time a lot earlier as well. That was delayed by FoCuS's push on game 1. Oh, no way he got that too.
And MichaeL did get the crystal arachnid, if that's what you're talking about. I was actually looking at the main base there.
Yeah, I think FoCuS stole it.
And there are more wards now. This is the third set of wards on this map. Okay, there's a lot of vision for both players. Interesting. Level 3 Death Knight still a ways away. And in the meantime, FoCuS is going to start creeping aggressive. But the Acolyte, even more scouting. The Acolyte sees this perfectly. Is this in time for MichaeL to maybe go for a creep jack?
I don't think so. Not for the big warlord, that's for sure. Even uses the storm to speed things up. Ankh, okay, not too great, I want to say. He doesn't get the rest of the experience. He doesn't have to fear level 2 wolves yet. That was great timing, and with that, he probably owns the middle and gets the shot. Wait a minute. A player's forces are under attack. Liquid fire!
Oh, what the? Wait, he's going multiple liquid fire bat riders. Sometimes we see a single liquid fire bat rider at times. This is being used more and more commonly, sometimes against Night Elf as well, against Undead at times. This in the past was used to counter the sort of Pit Lord 3rd tier 3 expansion that Undeads were doing against Blade Master back then. But this is new. 2 Bat Riders, Liquid Fire, a second Bestiary. This is something different for me.
Lin played this a little bit. Didn't Hitman play this against Insub as well? At DreamHack?
Was it multiple Bat Riders though? I'm remembering it as 1. Maybe they did 2 Bat Riders. And now he's going into Envenom Spears as well, so it's going to be Wind Riders after this. Very interesting.
Okay, FoCuS. Tired of walking, rather fly. This might be a great timing.
Oh no, the creeps, the arachnids web one of the bat riders. That's the whole strategy, 2 bat riders. That's it. There's only one now. That's so unfortunate for FoCuS.
Yeah, it's only half as effective. Man, my maths today, dude. On point. Liquid Fire is finished now. I wonder if the DK saw that, but I don't think so.
Red camp, not entirely crapped. The Torn Chieftain's already level 3, so I think FoCuS is happy to fight here, but...
Look at this, man. How ineffective is this? We got the towers up. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage, but it's fine. That was a waste, FoCuS.
Yeah, entirely wasted, actually. Both Bat Riders forcing a Spirit Tower, so 1 Bat Rider might have been worth, but the Liquid Fire, of course, not. But maybe it will do something. It will grant a little bit of space to FoCuS, to maybe sneak this Wind Rider transition in, maybe keep MichaeL a little bit scared, a little bit more passive, but that's all it's going to do at most. Oops, the red camp item, by the way.
Kodo.
Warcraft Battle Drum's going to be decent for now, I suppose.
Yeah, as there's no Kodo on the map yet. Why not? Lich is out too. It's a great weapon against the incoming Wyvern. Web is not researched yet, but I think will be queued right after this Fiend. Destroyer's coming in as well. I think MichaeL is very well prepared for this.
A player's forces are
Red camp attempted. Another aura, of course, is what MichaeL wants to get. On top of that, Unholy and FoCuS. Scouting today has been on point from these players, but the wards, of course, the 6 of those helped. The Creepjack coming in. I think MichaeL's the stronger one right now. The Wind Riders, are they going to catch him off? Is he going to research Web right away? Yeah, Web being researched right now. So these Wind Riders up in the air going to have free reign for another about 20 seconds. Speed scroll in, going for the Focus Fire on the Death Knight. A Stomp could mean a kill, so a Town Portal out is forced.
Lich.
And, oh, close.
But no cigar. Are you a cigar guy, Carson?
On occasion. They're not my favorite, but you know, I'll honestly, I'll level with you here. You know, the only time I smoke cigars is just to look cool when I'm wearing a suit. That's it. There's no enjoyment I get out of it. You know, I'd rather just, you know, smoke a cigarette if I want enjoyment out of something like that. But you know, a cigar, it looks a lot cooler. Yeah,
that is very true. And I would love to see that. Maybe, yeah. One day, Carson, we'll go to a cigar bar together. First, we go to another brawl as... Oh, the item on the ground. MichaeL stole that. Another ring. Super tanky DK. But FoCuS might expand in the bottom right, and this might not be scouted.
It'll be very slow, though, if he doesn't go for a Tiny Great Hall, although he's going to have the gold to go for that. I think that would be the best choice for FoCuS, and he might just play the Loliot style, just play mass hit and run once that expansion is up, because he definitely cannot win a fight with this army right now. If he takes a fight FoCuS, he's going to get absolutely destroyed. So I think MichaeL, the best play for him would be to be scouting with these skeletons that he has right now for these sorts of expansions, and just creeping the map, because he knows he's stronger, he knows he's going to have the better heroes, he knows he's going to have the better army. So there's no reason for MichaeL to not be scouting for this sort of a cheeky play with the Wind Riders.
Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you get a little lazy, which of course you shouldn't. But he's probably checking the inventory. Wait, oh, TC actually... Wait, he doesn't have a tiny. Did he use it already? Yes, he did. Ooh, whoa, that's a great timing by MichaeL, potentially.
2 towers are going to be up, though. I mean, 1 might be canceled. It would be a very difficult to cancel, though. Okay, yeah, so 2 towers. Is it enough? Let's see. The Fiends are actually putting a lot of damage in. Gonna get to half health, but it will stay up for now. This is a decent angle for FoCuS to fight at, actually.
Yeah, and it's looking okay. Critical mass for the Wyvern almost reached. Just a Shadow Hunter's gotta be careful. Coil in the air. Kills him off. No Hex anymore. No Heal Wave, of course. The Storm's still hitting pretty good with the Cloak of Flames adding to that damage. And soon we don't have Fiends anymore. And then it's free range for the Wyvern, but the Wyvern all disappear as well.
Yeah, this Cloak of Flames has gotten a lot of value. These two towers also have gotten a ton of value. The Lich has to be careful. The Torrent Chieftain, of course, still has that Ankh from the marketplace earlier. Maybe Focus Fire on the FoCuS could be the play. There's a Coil. There's a Nova, but he's going to use the Coil defensively, as so often MichaeL does. One more Fiend falls. Two more Wind Riders comes in from the main base of FoCuS. The expansion's been mining the entire time. Oh, the FoCuS is within Coil death range. He's forced a Town Portal, and that means all the peons perhaps could be falling now at this expansion.
To the Dark Ranger, needs more skeletons, has good mana, off we go. Let's siege this. MichaeL, gotta be quick with this. FoCuS will salve up, regen up, and then fight this once more. One tower gone. Of course, this accelerates a lot by adding more and more peons. But it's only the towers gone. Reinforcements should be streaming in. Wait, FoCuS actually not defending this?
He's only got 2 Wind Riders. He's got a 3rd and a 4th on the way, but he definitely cannot win a fight any longer. The Shadowhunter's still dead, of course. It will be out in about 10 seconds, but that's it. That's the Tiny Great Hall gone, most likely. That's the win condition gone, and FoCuS is going to have to find another way around. He's cutting off reinforcements. There's a Coil here in time. A really nice attempt from FoCuS, but MichaeL on point, always having a Coil ready.
Always having a Coil ready, having the Unholy Aura. Oh, reveal in the end. Well, it's about time, I guess. All time to raise a massive amount of skeletons. And kill the Expo.
All right, Dark Ranger level 4, level 2 Aura now, which is going to be extremely impactful against the potential hit and run and expansion at the top left now for MichaeL. How many Wind Riders? You need kind of, to make Wind Rider in mass work against just standard undead armies, you kind of need like 60 supply or a really high level Torrent Chieftain, which we're getting there. But at this stage, 4 Wind Riders, you're gonna have to cut off a whole lot of reinforcements to make it work. But the statue, again, MichaeL caught slipping a little bit with these reinforcements.
Okay, here we go. Can he close this out already? Huge investment, of course, into this Tiny Great Hall. Didn't pay off. And I don't think there's a lot of potential for any hero kills, and you have to prevent high levels. FoCuS, what are you doing now? The cheeky plays didn't really work with the Bad Rider and with Wyvern and with mass expansions.
He's just going to bank now. He's going to bank now, FoCuS, but he's going to have to look and find the expansion from MichaeL. Both players are going to bank, in fact, but only one of these 2 players is going to be on 2 base. MichaeL's definitely going to need towers to secure this Haunted Gold Mine of the upper left, but he definitely has the resources to do so. Yeah, FoCuS knows he can't fight right now. He's just looking for some sort of way to get back in this game, some sort of way to buy time, some sort of way to maybe pick off reinforcements yet again, but it's going to be very difficult from here on out.
He at least scouts this expansion. But can he do something about that? I don't know. Smooth sailing for MichaeL now. If he doesn't do a big mistake, that's his game to take for sure. He's trying it with Wyvern again. No transition to Raiders. Now.
Yeah, this is going to be a full commitment. Like, if he can get to 60, 70 supply, Wind Riders are very, very good in high supply. Like, at 50, 55, the stage we're at right now, they're, in fact, very, very weak. But if he can get above 60, there's always a chance that MichaeL's, again, caught slipping out of position, eats a stomp, and you can just lose every fiend to the Focus Fire. So there's a shot, but he needs to get higher numbers for sure.
Doing some damage, chipping away. MichaeL wants to fight. Army isn't that big yet. Oh, the TC might be caught. It's actually almost surrounded. Dodging here. Reveal being used again. So one fiend not even falling. TC being nuked now. He does have an Ankh, but would love to have that for the bigger fights.
Yeah, and if he's forced into that Ankh, he might actually... There's potential... you don't want to surround him, but there's potential for him to yet again be Coil Nova'd. So definitely passing that potion of vulnerability, even for the Shadowhunter, would have been worthwhile to save it. The Wolves, in the meantime, were harassing the expansion. They managed to kill 3, 4... They killed all 5 Acolytes in the meantime. Oh my god.
Did not expect this. MichaeL a little lower in the micro department there, defending this push in the main. We got A-bombs now, and that must mean Kodos as well. Or are the Wyvern good enough? It's a lot of Wyvern.
Yeah, he's just going all out. He's getting to the point. 71 supply where this army is very difficult for the undead, for MichaeL to actually micro against. And yeah, FoCuS, because he managed to kill those acolytes there, he's actually pulled ahead in supply. And look at the FoCuS fire coming in. Torn Chieftain uses the potion of vulnerability to cancel out the silence. Look at the FoCuS fire, Neo. My god.
That is the critical mass. It seems it's too much. The Dark Ranger almost disappearing, but the Invo Potion helps her for a bit at least. But that's it. The Fiends are disappearing in seconds. More reinforcements are coming in. Now we got the Kodo answer to the Abomination task. The Farseer also super low. Invo Potion saving lives. None of that A-bomb though. But he can just turn around and kill that Farseer, can he not? Nova ends up on the TC instead.
Oh, the kiting is good. The heroes can clean up the rest of this army. Unfortunately, there is no mana left on the Death Knight. The statue has been healing some mana in the meantime, but they're both going to fall now. Is there another Nova? It would have so much impact. Not able to clean up that Farseer kill is quite a big deal. There's, of course, no town portal currently. Just heroes left. One Fiend. The expansion is mining again, but only with 3 acolytes.
Ay, the Night Elf curse spreading over. FoCuS lost a lot. MichaeL lost a lot. The critical mass of Wyvern is definitely gone. And there's no Raider transition or anything. 1,800 gold still remaining in the main. And MichaeL can just sit on this haunted gold mine and win the game by holding it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be his win condition. Might even be worth it to build another tower here. Maybe a Spirit Tower against the Wind Riders. That's going to be very strong, but there's always potential for FoCuS to just go into the main base instead. But there's a Spirit Tower there as well. So maybe, are we seeing a tiny Great Hall? Okay, we're seeing FoCuS go say, okay, you got me. You're going to hold that expansion. Let's do this. One base after our main bases are out. And because FoCuS, of course, although he definitely won that fight there, he's, again, below the critical mass, like you pointed out, of the Wind Riders. So he needs to wait to fight, even though he killed almost all the Fiends.
Yeah, it feels like we're going into overtime here. Both recover a little bit, both prepare for the super late game. Experience-wise, MichaeL is definitely ahead. Close to 5-5-4. Those are big levels for both, but nothing to creep anymore, of course. So how do you get there?
Yeah, Wind Riders, I mean, they're going to give a ton of experience. They were known as the Flying Tomes of Experience for quite a while. So the hero levels are going to get quite far ahead. But, I mean, Dark Ranger level 5. The Black Arrow level 3 is very strong. But do you just go Silence level 3 at this stage? I actually don't. Is it normally? It's got to be Black Arrow level 3 that is the standard choice, right? But Silence might just be better here overall because there's so many Wind Riders.
But is it actually increasing the duration? No, right? It's just range?
I think it increases the duration. Remo, we need help.
Remo!
Yeah.
Remo. Duration.
AoE,
right?
AoE radius and duration. Yeah.
Ah!
Cool.
Thank you, Remo.
So it might be the better choice here. That would almost guarantee you can land a money silence on all 3 heroes, which the initial engagement, that's what these Wind Rider fights are all about. You need to, as the Orc player at least, speed scroll in, land a big stomp, get your Wind Riders in before they all get webbed out of position. So it's all about the first, not even 5 seconds, like 3 seconds of the fight. The first initial position, and then everything's webbed, everything's stunned from the stomp. So the initial position you get is where you tend to stay in these fights. So the silence could be key.
Not a bad thought here. Items also key. Double heal scroll helps, of course, a lot that he built a shop. Also, if this is getting sieged, he gets immediate reinforcements with that crypt. TC with an Invis potion. I like that. Still very tanky. Invul potion on cooldown for 25. And both play it very passively, of course. MichaeL doesn't want to make a big mistake. He knows how far ahead he is. Wants to force this game 3, and FoCuS doesn't want to overcommit as his expansion didn't pay off just yet. Now it's scouted.
Main bases are about to be out. There's still the naturals available. Of course, the naturals have a little bit more gold in them than these corner expansions. 64 supply against 63. And in even supplies, before we get to the 70 and above, I would give advantage to MichaeL in these fights. So FoCuS is the one that wants to wait right now. FoCuS is also the one that has the potential to do more economic damage, especially if he had a burrow at his expo. But weirdly, he doesn't have a burrow there.
And FoCuS is trying to go for another tiny Great Hall. He never bought that Invo Potion, by the way. He was waiting 30 seconds with that TC for the next Invo Potion. Now he got it. Maybe a little bit of a misclick. Wolves are harassing again. MichaeL is tearing down these peons again. And that is finally the double level 5. And he is listening to us, actually, to you, mostly, and goes Silence 3 while his base is getting raided. MichaeL has a TP, though, and double heal scroll. That was a weird TP.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess he thought he might be able to catch some Wind Riders and then eat a stomp if he TP'd there. But okay, both players lose all their workers, and that might hurt MichaeL or FoCuS more. Who's it hurt more? I don't know. Where are the Acolytes? Oh, the Acolytes. They're both trying to expand again at the same time. So both players are low on workers at this stage. They both sort of are unsure what to do with the main base workers that ran out. This TC is sure of what he wants to do, though.
Oh, yeah. Give me that stomp in the middle of freaking everything. Here's the big engagement on the Lich. Destroyer falls instantly, and he was waiting for that to just summon the Wolf super quick. Yeah, can't really do too much against that. This might be the fight for FoCuS to take this series home. Silence for a long time. Level 4 on the Lich, but halfway down already. Has an Invo Potion, can be saved. Silence... oh, can't. He breaks through the silence with the TC, and yet another stomp. These stomps are doing way too much damage, just like on Turtle Rock.
Yeah, but the Wind Riders are all falling, and if we're left with just heroes, we know who has the stronger of those, especially with this Dark Ranger level 5. The Wolves are doing quite good. It's almost level 5 Farseer. No Destroyer up in the air. The level 3 Wolves could really win the hero fight, actually. The Kodo gonna fall. That's gonna bring back a full health Fiend if it goes down. And all of a sudden, there's just Wolves, 1 Headhunter. And there's a ton of Fiends left over. Potion of Mana used. There's a Coil level 4 now on the Lich. Silence is Potion of Vulnerability. Still that Onk from earlier. And it looks like MichaeL might be winning this fight if he keeps his heroes alive.
Ooh, Hex on the DK. No follow-up with the Chain Lightning. Invo Potion on that Lich to save it. FoCuS down to 34. The TC triggers the Onk. Is he gonna surround this one?
Does he have a stomp? That would be risky.
Like
okay, he doesn't have a stomp.
Oh, he just wants to kill again. He has the coil. Focuses on the Wind Rider once more. But that must be it! Coil executes. That TC we call GG. And full distance. Love it.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. Going back and forth right here. FoCuS almost had the chance to bring it back. Huge mistake there in the late stages. Not having a second charge of dust. Having only 1 charge of dust is a monumental mistake. If he gets a few more Fiend kills there, if he gets level 5 on the Farseer, that could look very different. Also, that second Tiny, maybe a bit greedy. He could have just pumped up to 80 supply and get up some more mana potions, perhaps. Also, speed. Did he have any speed scrolls? I mean, yeah, they're more expensive nowadays, but they're still pretty good.
Unplayable.
You know, I think it could have been done a bit better. MichaeL had a huge lead in that game once he killed the expansion, but FoCuS brought it back very nicely. Being able to...
Remo is hosting the game, can't talk anymore, gladly take it off.
Can you tell him the game name? It follows the... It follows the same recipe.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a... Go ahead, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I was about to transition into the next game, but you want to stay here, though? All good?
Just one point. I think you're absolutely right that the second Tiny Great Hall was probably what lost FoCuS that game. If he had they were fighting, I think it was 63 against 64, and we saw that when FoCuS had just 2 more Wind Riders, 71 supply, he was actually able to get that critical mass and win that fight by the shop. So if he had instead invested that 600 gold into getting up to even just above 70 supply, even if it means that MichaeL also gets up to above 70 supply, that probably would have been the better play. So I think you're totally right there, Remo.
Yeah, also in the big fight, he had a big opportunity to land a massive level 3 stomp if he had just popped the Invo Potion to break out of the first silence. It's a bit risky always, you know, if the nuke comes in after that Invo Potion has been spent, but he also had the Ankh, so I think also popping that Invo Potion early to break that silence could have been a good play. But good play still by both of our players. Just could have been done a bit better, perhaps. And I'm not sure if the players are aware of the game name. Did we tell them?
I don't know. I did tell the other admins, and FoCuS knows. MichaeL will probably follow. in the second game that is running at the moment on twitch.tv/TheOCDrummer, it's 1-1 between Sock and Soin. So there we tied this up once more. And an earthquake was cast in that game, I was made aware. So open up multiple Twitch instances and watch both streams at the same time here. Back to Warcraft over there. Sock versus Soin by TheOCDrummer.
That's not very common, right? Because normally, of course, it was probably a Panda, second from Sock, I would have to guess. So normally in the past, if you hit level 6, you would just knock out that ultimate because Mountain King, you might even think about going it on level 7 instead of, might just go Farsight. But yeah, kind of cool. We're able to see some more ultimates now that we have the Panda instead. Can see some Earthquake. Can't see Mass Teleport too often, though, because there's always a Stomp. There's even Hex pretty often if you're playing the Starbucks style, but that's cool. How many ultimates have we seen so far? At least us. I can't remember any. Have you seen any so far? We didn't even get Warden ultimate. We got Panda level 6, but he didn't cast the ultimate yesterday. Yep. I don't think we've had any so far.
I'm not sure either. Remo, can you remember?
Trying to. Colorful versus Hawk. Did we see something there? No, right?
No.
No ults yet, boys.
Right now.
Are we sure
right now.
Yeah? Want to bet?
We're going to see Death and Decay this game.
Okay.
That's a bold call, Cotton.
Yeah, I think
know
it
about
is
that one. Especially with Illich third. I'm not so sure.
No, it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Trust me.
All right, we'll see. Autumn Leaves will be our third map, and the decider of who's going to go up into the next round to meet either Sock or So. And the Koreans here really taking over. The second part of the bracket is going to be one Korean player going up against Hawk in the winner bracket final tomorrow.
Yeah, if MichaeL knows, maybe he's going for a smoke. We know that, right? Probably, indeed. Autumn Leaves is going to be the map, but of course, every time we have a little bit of a break, we might remind you what we are doing here. We're celebrating W3Champions, the best server that Warcraft 3 has, made by the community. When Blizzard let us down, these wonderful souls stepped up. First, of course, Pat, but then all the other guys that took over after quite a bit. The Apes, the Flosses, the Saphids, there's so many people. There's so many people, and they got us the best matchmaking, not only for 1-on-1, also for 2-on-2, FFA, 4-on-4, the Footman Frenzies, the Legion TDs, all those crazy fun games that you can play on W3Champions alongside Melee Warcraft. And it's a cool community, it's a cool Discord, it's a lot of players, so you find matches almost instantly if you're not too crazy high. And of course it has servers all around the world, not only the 3 that Blizzard gives us on Battle.net, no, more than 14 I guess. I'm not too sure if that graphic is up to date actually, where you can actually reconnect in case of a little connection hiccup there. And as you can see here, we celebrate all of that with end of season tournaments every 3 months or so, or 4, depends on how long the seasons go. And now we decide who goes into the lower bracket and who advances into the winner bracket quarterfinal. This map decides that. MichaeL versus FoCuS. Off we go.
All right. Well, last game was pretty epic. Let's see if they can top themselves. This is, again, sort of a similar dynamic to what we see on Total Rock. He who has map control in the mid game can creep both the lab and that mercenary camp. So that's a lot of the times what it comes down to. If the Dark Ranger can snowball quite well, then MichaeL's going to be able to creep those camps in the middle. But if not, then the Farseer Headhunters is definitely going to get the experience lead in the mid game. There's a decent amount of creeps, so we could end up with a similar dynamic to what we saw on Northern Isles, where, both players take the corner expansions. There's a couple of reds to fight over, that sort of stuff. But definitely overall, a little bit of a smaller map, a little bit more maybe an aggressive map for both these players.
Alrighty, I wouldn't mind to see another 30-minute epic banger. On this map, actually, we had this Diamond Star replay this week by Grubby versus X-Lord that took an hour and got level 8 TC at some point or something. That was really good. It's probably on Grubby's YouTube by now from his first person. The replay is up on War3 info. I want that, exactly that.
Possible. It was probably the same sort of strategies, so you know, it could definitely happen. And we might get that ultimate after all, Death of Decay. There we go.
You might actually be right. True. Yep. Chat is catching up, and yeah, of course, we gotta correct ourselves here. Labyrinth had an Infernal.
Ah, yes.
In the match against Xiaokai.
We didn't cast that though. We were just watching the Todd stream for that, right?
Yeah, but we kinda had it on stream because we were waiting for that game to finish. It kinda counts. It wasn't our game per se, but we saw it and we shared it with the masses. So it did happen. We can't deny.
And what a great ultimate that is. It's one of the best in strength and entertainment value.
It's also a beauty.
Beauty.
Beauty?
Is that how you summon Remo?
Just say beauty, just say Canadian phrases. Hey, beauty. Hey, bud.
I mean...
Pucks and beat, pucks on net.
Sticks on ice, all that.
Yeah.
I mean, you are the king of middle names, Carson. Is Beauty maybe the middle name of Remo?
I think that's fitting. You're Danger, he's Beauty. I forget what the other one was. I forget what... It was 15 Sway, right? I forget.
Yeah.
You know.
At least I'm not the Beast. Danger, dude.
Well, that could be Exlord. Exlord could be the Beast, and then Remo could be Beauty, and they have each other's hair and stuff. It's very cute.
Exlord is the stick. We all know that. In sub X.
In sub X. That's maybe how you summon Remo as well. You just say in sub X, so that you know you're gonna get a call back.
Well, you can always summon Remo if you say Echo Isles is the best map there's ever been, and we should keep it.
Have we had an epic EI game yet, though? Have we had one yet?
Remo, is something wrong with your throat? You should maybe get a tea or something.
See you next DreamHack season, Neo. We'll see who laughs then.
No, we don't see each other because if Echo Isles gets removed, you will not be casting that. I told you.
Yeah, that is what you said yesterday. That's true.
All right. Power to the people.
Nice chain lightning.
That's always wrong. Exactly. Yeah, we have a game here, by the way. Level 2.6 in the FoCuS. Outlevels the DK quite a bit. But I guess that's just the nature of this early game in the matchup.
Yeah, and we'll see if it's going to be that Dark Ranger for the third time. But the Death Knight hasn't gotten a ton of experience thus far. We have yet to see that Death Knight really being able to get to that level 3 before the tier 2. It's very difficult to do, of course, but if you're able to do it as MichaeL, you're going to be in an extremely strong position. But for now, FoCuS is going to give a little bit of room, at least, to the Death Knight to creep. And the tier 2 will soon be approaching, and we'll see. Be surprised to see FoCuS not stick to his guns, that Torn Chief and that tier 3 tech, but there's still a question mark for MichaeL if he's going to go for that Dark Ranger again or not. It seems like he will. His skeleton going towards the tavern right now. Yeah.
Seems like pretty set in stone. I guess the only question here is, will FoCuS do these shenanigans again with the Bat Riders and Wyvern, or will he go back to standard? What made him so successful on Turtle Rock? And I guess it's the later.
Yeah, the cool thing about that strat, I suppose, is it's not very telegraphed, because you're always going to go for that bestiary while you're teching to tier 3, and you're either going to go into Raiders and Kodo Beasts, or you just go Bat Riders, and your opponent really has to scout super actively to find those Bat Riders. So it's kind of cool, but the execution was a little bit scuffed last game, and the FoCuS harass doing quite well. There's going to be a lot of coils forced here before level 3 on the Death Knight.
Yeah, that's something you want to avoid, obviously, or at least creep with it, or do damage at some point. But the DK rather used as a doctor. MichaeL has to send his Fiend away, also not taking part. And the Wolves, man, they are very dominant at that stage of the game.
Yeah, super strong, especially before the statue comes in. Once the statue is here, he'll be able to heal up everything and give more mana back, but for now, the creeping is significantly slowed down just by the FoCuS, and of course the Torn Chieftain will now start creeping on FoCuS' side of things. So this is very well done, but the FoCuS is getting quite low, and there's going to be level 2 coil soon. There's going to be Fiend Focus Fire, so you will have to go back and heal that FoCuS eventually. But for now, he's just going to continue to deny info, killing that skeleton. That's very important, like a little detail that people sometimes miss is killing those skeletons before they can go across the map to scout, just completely denying the information from the undead. Yeah. Super strong play there.
While you're getting experience for it as well. Fiends are all so hurt. He really needs that first statue soon. No chance to contest anything at the moment. And that's why FoCuS is getting map control in the middle. Takes out the wolf. That's level 2. Another Ankh. Served him decently in the last game, but yeah, you'd rather have something cool.
Alright. Most of the creep camp goes to FoCuS, not quite level 3, but the Death Knight is level 3, so I'd definitely give the advantage to maybe MichaeL in these fights once the statue joins in, but all the Fiends are kind of half health right now, so the hero levels are nice, the army is big, but okay, that statue is going to have to help out. Nice stomp on the skeletons, and well positioned so far by FoCuS. He's got that Ankh so his Torn Chieftain can dive in a little bit, but the first blood goes towards MichaeL.
Okay, big fight. We're gonna have the overlay back in a second, guys. Well aware of that. Coil comes in once again defensively. That is was the last one. But it feels like FoCuS rather wants to disengage. His tier 3 is not ready yet. His headhunters are way too squishy. Oh, can he snipe that last hit? Nope, went to MichaeL.
And the skeleton stirring the snowball might mean that MichaeL gets this lab as well. Of course, FoCuS is going to try to stop it, but he may be taking some losses in doing so. He's got the Coda coming in. The tier 3 is now finished. So, oh, Berserker's actually going to finish on time too. So this could be a decent timing to fight, but MichaeL's going to actually snipe the item. Gets the Lionhorn in the meantime. The Stomp coming in, trying to force maybe the Town Portal on that Death Knight, but MichaeL's going to get out. He gets both items. And he gets away, or sorry, the Torn Chieftain got the Ankh, of course, before, but he gets the majority of the experience, at least.
Yeah, and that is so important in this matchup. Gonna be an explosive tier 3. 50 pop for pretty much both of them. Is the Lich coming already? Yeah, but you just invested 400 gold into one unit and you're fighting without it. But I guess this goes for both.
TC's so close to level 3 right now. That'd be a huge level up, and Tower's coming at the natural for FoCuS. And he's going to get... Could he get level 3? Yeah, he could if he's here for the experience. Yep, just gets the level 3. Shadowhunter out. Tower on the way. Are we going to see an early Tiny Great Hall? Another 30 seconds before FoCuS can afford that. MichaeL is also hitting a power spike in and of himself. He's got to wait for that orb for a little while, and maybe he's going to go for a red camp. We saw that on, of course, Turtle Rock. Going for that red camp super aggressively, but the FoCuS is scouting so well this game for FoCuS.
Yeah, that wolf, man, he got that smell. He knows what's up. Lich is coming. Now got the orb. Is he coming in with a chain lightning to steal the wolf? No, it doesn't dare to.
Oh, Fiend in the danger zone, but it's going to be saved by Tom Cruise, and Granite Golem could drop a nice item. The aura would be super impactful. Any of the auras would be super impactful for both players, unless it, of course, is their native auras. We'll see if they get unlucky or if they get the nuts. That's what we want right now. Will be Khadgars for FoCuS. Can't complain with that. And on the side of MichaeL, Warsong Battle Drums definitely in favor of the Orc, but both players going to be pretty happy with their drops.
Absolutely. More damage always good. More mana, more storms, more wolves, more chain lightning, more heal, more hex. Love that. Warsong Battle Drums now arriving for FoCuS as well. The double base, I guess. And both seem fight ready. FoCuS wants to secure his expo a little more. Wants to gather more gold. He's very low on lumber, which is oftentimes the case for orcs. They don't require too much of that. And MichaeL triple aura, of course. Very nice now. What are the levels at? 4, 3, 2. Okay. Oh, that's decent as well.
Okay, the skeleton found the expansion, but 2 towers and a burrow and probably a shop eventually as well for FoCuS. And he's also going to play the hit and run game. He's got a lot of low berserkers though, so he's got to be careful to not get caught out. This is a position where MichaeL could town portal in and potentially kill 4 or 5 units, then just push. So maybe even a town portal here before he loses too much, because eventually MichaeL might catch up here and get some retreat kills.
Here comes the Hex. Would love to have the Lich here. Once again, silence, but it's wearing off soon. Can't get a big connection. Here's the TP. More time, and all on the cost of only a Headhunter. Could have used a Nova, if you ask me. Yeah. Maybe it was below the threshold. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Lich full mana. I mean, you could spam it anyway.
Yeah, I think he definitely could have got another Berserker there with a Nova, but saving his mana for maybe the push that is coming now towards that expansion, because definitely MichaeL either has to counter expand right now or push pretty much right now. So it's going to come down to this fight. 60 supply against 64, still a decent position for MichaeL to fight into, but soon enough it's going to be a big supply advantage for FoCuS.
He buys another town portal. There's no Acolyte though. Did he build one before? No. He's gathering... Ah, there is one. Okay, so it's not a big fight. It's not a decisive fight. It is the expansion. I wonder if that is not a little too much. He doesn't have the gold. Feels like he wants both at the same time. Like he was investing so much into stuff that helps him in the fight, like army and items. And now he has the Acolyte here trying to expand at some point. Not sure.
It's going to be tough, especially it's always difficult to expand against the wolves. So we saw that very effective on Northern Isles, of course, killing all 5 acolytes during a fight. You need to get the Nerubian. You need to probably get a Necropolis there to replace them. And these towers are going to be very difficult to break. The positioning for the Orc army right now with the 3 raiders as well as the Invis TC could make for a very strong initial engagement, but the towers might fall before the fight starts.
And these skeletons again becoming so important in today's matches. Here we go. Stomp number 1, but instant nuke on the Raider as well. Second tower is still part of this. MichaeL is losing his statue, and the second one is in a bad position as well. No regen anymore, but also no Shadowhunter anymore as he gets wiped off the map. FoCuS also in trouble. Same goes for the DK, who has to go for the TP immediately. This time he throws the Nova, but it's a trade. Headhunter versus Fiend. Dark Ranger in trouble too. And FoCuS holds, still mining 2 bases.
Yep, and it's going to be a long while before MichaeL has his upper left fully saturated. He got some kills there, particularly the Shadowhunter, but at the end of the day, FoCuS still quite a bit ahead in supply. In fact, 16 supply ahead, just taverns back the Shadowhunter. Still has 1 tower standing at the expansion, so FoCuS still in a very good position, even sending a wolf to scout that counter expansion, and then he'll probably just send a fresh pair of wolves to continue to harass that expansion and do that for the rest of the game. The second tower falls, MichaeL trying to do some more economic damage, trying to fight again before FoCuS is healed up, but I think FoCuS is ready to fight again.
How many skeletons can we get out of these peons? Feels like 0. Ensnares flying, wolves eating. TC out of the fight. Coil arrives last second, but it's just a matter of time, I guess. Frost armor is nice. Oh my. He hits the entire army, and now the DK is in trouble. He has a TP, but does he have the time to use it? Was there no chain lightning? I guess there was. This could have been the end.
That FoCuS fire was insane. There was so much damage. That DK was like 60% health, and then he got hexed, and he was almost dead within 1 or 2 waves of attacks. The expansion has been bought enough time to be up, but not saturated quite yet. The Acolytes are now being produced to saturate that expansion, but FoCuS knows about it. He's again re-scouting to see the timing on it, and he might be able to just push. He's still got that burrow up to save his expansion if there's a push towards. So maybe FoCuS could just go, go, go. He's definitely got the forces to just break this expo of MichaeL.
Go, go, go. Okay, I like that. More action, always appreciated. I don't know if MichaeL can hold this much longer, to be honest. 2,000 gold advantage. That is already including the upkeep he paid. Heal scroll, mana potion, Ankh, mana steal actually, which is great for the TC. Plus the extra mana he gets from the card cast all the time. Shadowhunter is back too. Okay, let's go.
Nerubian not even up in time. The positioning is decent for MichaeL. The nuke goes on the Tauren Chieftain, but he just pointed out all the items, like very safe Tauren Chieftain. The positioning now starts to favor FoCuS. The statue out of position. The dust is there this time. The Raider's going to be nuked down. Destroyer up in the air. Hero FoCuS seems to be the only way now for MichaeL, but he's totally out of units.
Yo, he's out of everything. Destroyer falls too, no way to kite. The TC is having the time of his life. And he's just killing one thing after the next, trying to nuke again, but there was a heal scroll. Invo potion, that's the last straw of hope. But even that should be gone in a second. Shadowhunter is safe again. GG as the heroes fall, and MichaeL, the champ, falls to the lower bracket, and FoCuS advances to the winner bracket quarterfinal.
Nice done there by FoCuS. Honestly, MichaeL was in a decent position Moving into the late game, FoCuS, he was playing is really greedy. He made 2 towers into a tiny Great Hall. So he had a lot of resources, tons of gold going into no army. And I think MichaeL is just not getting ready for that timing well enough. Some orcs nowadays, quite a few, are very greedy with that 50 timing. You can try to punish that by solo creeping the Dark Ranger quickly to 3 and keep on stacking up one camp after the next and getting that 5th ziggurat. MichaeL's 5th ziggurat is always super late. He has to get it earlier. If the orc goes for the tiny Great Hall and you attack with 55 supply right away and have some skeletons in there, that's oftentimes a way for the undead to win that game. But if you don't punish this greedy tiny, then it's going to get really tough. And I think MichaeL, he needs to work on his movement. He needs to work on his ability to be able to punish something in the right moment. He just seems sort of like map 2, not quite on the cusp, not quite urgent enough with his movement and ready enough to punish things from the opponent.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this was a little weird that he invested so much into this push and then the push didn't happen and he decided to expand. I don't know, felt a little indecisive, but you can't be indecisive if you're playing on this very level, the top level of the W3Champions ladder. Do we have a result from the other game? Yes, we do.
Sock was won as kind of expected. Definitely not an easy match, 2-1, but yeah, Sock seems to be playing well today, so this is going to be quite the banger.
Quite the banger. Remo gets his dream match in FoCuS versus Sock. That's our next one. And then, of course, the winner bracket semifinal in Lawliot versus the winner of FoCuS and Sock. And the OC Drummer is casting the lower bracket for you, where we will have MichaeL versus Soin. And then round 2, of course, starts as well, where we have X-Lord versus 15 Sway and Colorful versus Todd. Even the lower bracket is stacked like crazy. So we go into a little break, catch a little breath. You guys support... Oh my god, dude. First of all, we move on to Twitter, where Stefan die Waldfee, a wonderful supporter of this entire project, photoshopped Carson, your hair and your mustache onto me. And that is absolutely, it's a little horrifying. It's also glorious though.
Where do I see this? I don't see it. He didn't at me.
He did at you.
Oh, oh, now I see it. What the? What? I just got the notification now. That's very well done, actually.
It is. It actually is.
Wow, nice. Yeah,
You look like the guy in front of the grocery store with the Toon Boy.
No,
that's the guy I always see there.
Dude! I know exactly. I know exactly what you mean. Well, glorious. We're having some fun here. I hope you have some fun. Feel free to support all of this weekend as much as you can, just like Weezer DK did for the 8-month resub. Thanks, guys. Bisha did for 20 month. Origami is even cooler, 21 month. Let's go, champ. Didn't really work. Sorry for that. Luma's BLN for the 2-month resub. Inglorious Stafford's 15-month resub. Much love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting the tournament so much. We're at $4,000. We want more of that for $5,141.50 or something. And Remo will reveal his secret creep routes to the Warcraft 3 gym. 5K would be a nice number to encourage the players to sign up for the possible season 8 finals. Reward the Koreans who are playing pretty much through the night. And of course, feel free to contribute a little to W3Champions, either with a direct donation via PayPal. They have a Patreon as well. You can throw some crypto on them. And of course, they're looking for manpower. Lots of manpower is needed to make W3Champions even better and to actually keep the status quo, because we need people who spread the word about this wonderful project on Twitter, on Facebook, social media helpers in general. Much appreciated, as well as volunteers for moderation, report, review. We want to keep the experience great for everybody. That's why we have to kick the black sheep out who can't behave, who didn't get an education. And for that, we need to review a lot of reports and help with the moderation. That might be the most crucial thing currently. And developers are much appreciated as well. JavaScript, .NET developers, jQuery programmers, Rust and network technology is absolutely needed. Graphic artists, of course, always needed too. Go check out the W3Champion homepage that links you to their Discord, and there you can contact people like Cephid, like Floss, who will probably help you out. And we go into a little break, and then we go into the Winnerbracket's quarterfinal with FoCuS versus SOC. See you in a bit.